So I'm a little bit late on this, and I do apologize for that, but a lot of stuff's happened these last few days. We had Shuri release, we had some showcases and all that good stuff, the summons as well, even the giveaway and all that. So I had a lot of stuff to do before I could get to this, but this is pretty much the Q&A, or whatever you want to call it, dev letter that the Grand Summers Global team did. There's a lot of exciting stuff in here. I'm pretty much going to only pick out the bits that, I find interesting, or that I feel like are the real big ones that everybody should know. Alright, the first thing that I do want to point out is that they had this question right here, which is, okay, I get there's a lot going on right now, but what's in store for the future? So the answer with there's plenty more in store, including the epic conclusion to the Ninja Saga and raids returning during May. Additionally, we're planning a Shield Hero reset as well. Not only this, they also go on to say, we also hope summoners are serious about advancing their rank as much as the main story, since we're planning another Ultra Challenge soon. A lot of people think that means new main story is coming soon. Of course, the Shield Hero reset, that's to be expected. They do that with every crossover. And then of course raids returning in May, which a lot of people are hyped for. Hopefully, fingers crossed, this is a new raid, not a returning raid. Because if it's a returning raid, it's kind of a letdown because it's been a while since we got the last raid. So I really hope it's a brand new raid. Hopefully some good stuff here. I wouldn't mind the 5-star defense item raid. I don't know the exact raid it's tied behind. I think it's a water boss, maybe dark boss, I can't remember. I do know the dragon, I think that it comes from is like on fire, it's like neon or something, and that defense item is really good, so I would not mind if that was the raid. Of course we have to wait and see, but yeah, from what it sounds like here, it sounds like they're maybe adding new main stories soon, because they said there's an ultra challenge. At this point in the game, I feel like the story mode, even if they would update it to JP, like it still wouldn't be that challenging, but maybe there is like a super hard boss like in the story. Of course, never played JP like that, so I wouldn't know myself. The question is, will we ever get a training mode where we could check our team's performance in a controllable environment, like setting the number of enemies and their element? The answer to this was, we're not adding a mode entirely. As a quick fix for this, we'll be adding a new takedown quest featuring a powered up Valzendeath, I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name. In this quest, you can repeatedly fight the powered up boss multiple tries. Every time you continue, the boss HP resumes where you left off. The side benefits of this quest is that you can gauge how strong your party is by how quickly you can defeat this boss. Additionally, the Valzendeath you face will boost BE, which is how you get your art gauge. So you'll be able to unleash arts like never before, giving you more control over your battle strategy and measure your performance. So this is definitely kind of like a small fix to it. Like what most people wanted, I think, is similar to what FFBE has, where you go fight like a test dummy and then it shows like how much damage you're doing and all that type of stuff. I think that's what most people wanted, but this is a very close fix to it. Depending on how much, the boss actually boosts your BE by, it actually could be pretty good, because, for example, if you wanted to gauge just a unit's performance by themselves, you could, like, just take one unit in there to see how well that unit would do, like, damage-wise and everything. I mean, this is going to be a cool mode. I don't think you're going to get anything from it, though. Just going to be like, hey, see how strong your units are. That's all it is. So, it's going to be cool. It's not going to give you, like, the exact stats. I highly doubt they're going to do that, to where it's going to be like, okay, this is how much arts you're generating per second on this team. The average amount of damage you're doing per second, and then also breaking down each unit's damage, how they're doing whenever they art and true art. I don't think it's going to give you all of that. It's just you're going to be able to see how much damage you're doing by yourself and just kind of calculate it on your own. Get the numbers for yourself and then crunch them all down, write them down or whatever, and just try to see if you can figure it out. It's more so a thing, for veteran players and more hardcore players that want to find like the best of the best stuff. Now this one is another big one. I've always asked, NANI? For this every single time. I say this is the best move that any gacha game can make, and it is, what is the team's stance on revisiting older units to update their kits / numbers to more closely match an evolving meta with new units? And their answer to this was, while this is something we want to do more often, the debug cost of taking time often cuts into offering new events and additional content. Given Global, even currently, is a short on standard content in JP, which is true, we often have to deprioritize unit rebalancing. That said, if the content isn't in Global already, that often is a chance for us to make changes like the ninja power-ups that started in Global. We will continue to evaluate the possibilities moving forward and enhance units when possible. Stay tuned to future updates for boost to your favorite unit. So pretty much what they're saying here is that for them to prioritize content for Global, which I'm assuming that's what they're doing now, right? GS has made a lot of money over these last few months. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If you guys look up on like Sensor Tower or any type of like app revenue tracking site, GS Global has made some really good gains. So I'm pretty sure right now they are trying to prioritize content the most. And what this is saying is that they can't really afford to go back to older units to rebalance them at the current moment, But what they can do is, if the unit is not in the game yet, like for example, units coming on later on the line, like Sistina, they could rebalance them before they get into the game because they aren't in the game yet. So it would be easier to rebalance them than going back and then, you know, fixing the code and all that type of stuff on the older units, you know, buffing up their numbers and then changing their animations, or the case may have been. So overall, it's pretty cool, but it's kind of a downside, you know. I'm pretty sure all of us would love to see, you know, a lot of the old units brought back into the meta. So hopefully this means that they're not going to postpone Awakenings, like 5 stars, like Zara, Valhalla, all of them. So I'm actually not going to put this stuff on screen because the next 2 points are very basic and just pretty much stuff that's been happening in GS. It was talking about the hacker situation and all that. And for people that are new to the game, you guys may not understand this, but the hackers in GS are pretty prevalent. They usually use like crazy ass units and shit, like Dekuans one-shotting like Ganon and all that. And they even do it in multiplayer, like they go in with level 30 units and just one-shot the boss in multiplayer. And the next 2 points on the dev Q&A was pretty much saying that they're going to add player reporting system to where if you see someone hacking or you see someone abusing or whatever the case may be, you can report them, and of course that will send it to their system, and then they will be able to look at it and check if that player is actually cheating or if they're just a god. And the other thing that they said was that if you were scared to play multiplayer because of what happened with the Ganon event, what happened with the Ganon event was they sent out massive ban waves for anyone that really played multiplayer. Even people who played multiplayer that may have not played with a hacker possibly still got banned during the Ganon event, which I didn't agree with at all. But most people who got banned, and you got banned wrongly, if you contacted them, you probably got your account back, hopefully. But they did say going ahead and play multiplayer. It shouldn't happen again, at least a massive ban wave thing on that degree, because they knew they were in the wrong and they knew they kind of fucked up. But I do say that if you are playing multiplayer and you see someone using like a little 30 or 20 unit and they one-shot the boss, you should probably leave right after that, because more than likely the guy's hacking, especially if it's like a Mikuwan or not even like a 5-star unit. It's just some random 4 or 3-star, and they come into the fight, and then you get to the final boss, and they one-shot them, then yeah, you should probably leave. The bottom line is, guys, just don't cheat, don't ruin the fun for everybody else, and if you do see someone cheating, you know, just leave the lobby, just go on about your day, and just keep playing the game. But that's actually going to be it for the video. That's all the stuff the Q&A had to go over. I just hope from now on, as long as they're prioritizing content release, and of course, cleaning up the player base, then your boy OP's happy. But guys, that's going to be it for the video, man. Thank you all for coming out. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more, and last but not least, you guys already know, man, you guys already know, don't forget to drink water.